Hi, uh, I am Dr. Julie Montgomery, and I am a doTERRA Diamond Wellness Advocate, and I am here to bring to you part of our continuing education series of 8 classes, and this is class number 2. So if you will go into Phoenix Oils and get your virtual class card, you can screenshot it or save the photo, and then you can send it to your enroller when you're done with this video, and let her know that you've seen the video and maybe give a brief synopsis about what it's about so that she knows that you did. And whoever your enroller is can sign off on that, and when class 3 rolls around next week after next call, you can do that one. And when you get to the end and have 8 signatures, you will get a very nice gift from your enroller. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, so I am going to share my screen so that we can get right to this. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. All right, as I said, we are going to be working tonight on class number 2. And we basically have 8 classes, and the class that we're doing today is about the daily vitality. I truly believe from the bottom of my heart, everyone should be taking our whole food vitamins. And you're going to find out a lot of the reasons why I believe that. And also, I think we should all be doing a probiotic and an enzyme, especially if you've ever had an antibiotic in your whole life, and especially if you are older than 30, which I know some of you are and some of you aren't. But anyway, the Daily Vitality Pack is just amazing. So I hope that you will join us on doing that. So I'm going to see if I can get this to be bigger. I had it bigger a minute ago. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but anyway. All right, well, we'll go with the small. So your cellular health, as you know, you live and die at the cellular level. So it's very, very important that we take care of all of our cells from ground zero. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing if we get some better nutrition. And even the American Medical Association has come to the conclusion that we're not getting enough nutrition into our cells on a daily basis based on our SAD American diet, our standard American diet, SAD, no matter which way you look at it. We all know that lifestyle impacts wellness, and we need good nutrient intake. We need to metabolize our enzymes, and we need to clean out the waste and take out the trash with the toxins and reestablish good, healthy intestinal flora. And the best way to do that is to have a good nutrient intake. So there's 2 ways that doTERRA has of doing that. The first is the essential omega and vitamin and mineral combo, and that is called the Daily Nutrient Pack. And the second, and my personal favorite, is the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack, because it has the addition of the CRS Plus, which is basically a cellular repair, which is amazing. So what they both have is they both have the vitamin and mineral microplex and the basically essential oil, essential omegas. And you can't really have vitamins do their job without minerals, and you're not going to have good brain or cellular function without omegas. So I think it's amazing that they recognize that and have those in both. The Lifelong Vitality Pack has the addition of the alpha CRS, and it includes that as a targeted benefit supplement, which is wonderful because everybody needs to have a little bit of cellular repair. It's like knocking the rust off of a pipe. So it's pretty amazing. You're going to have some people that are going to tell you, I eat a healthy diet, so I don't really need supplements, but that's not true. Unfortunately, these wonderful vegetables that she's picking up were probably grown in nutrient poor soil. And so we're just going to have to give a little help to our bodies, regardless of if we're eating all salad or not. Of course, the more fruits and vegetables you eat, the healthier you'll be, the more fiber you'll have, and the better your body will work. But unfortunately, in today's sad times that we live in, it's really not going to be quite enough. The New York Times has even recognized that we are breeding the nutrition right on out of our food. The loss of these beneficial nutrients did not begin 50 or 100 years ago, as many assume. Unwittingly, we've been stripping phytonutrients from our diet since we stopped foraging for wild plants over 10,000 years ago and became farmers instead. Wild apples are actually shown to have more than 100 times more phytonutrients than store-bought farmed apples. Now, one thing I can tell you is there's an old rule called, if it's not sweet, don't eat. So I'm going to tell you, if you get a cardboard apple or a cardboard carrot, it's our fault if we keep getting them, if you don't bring them back to the store and say, these are tasteless, these are terrible. It just means that the farmers are not putting the nutrients back into the soil so that the food can grow and be sweet like it's supposed to be. Who needs a multivitamin? Everybody does. Like I said, even the JAMA, which is the Journal of the American Medical Association, they have even come to say that people are just not nearly as healthy without a good multivitamin. The problem is multivitamins are not quite what they've cracked up to be. There's been an evolution of that. Originally, version 1.0, it was basic 1 a day vitamin, and it was based on the recommended daily allowance of different nutrients. It had poor quality and totally artificial and synthetic ingredients. That did us no good. So then we went the other direction and came out with version 2. And I'm not talking about we doTERRA, I'm talking about we as a country. So they came out with comprehensive high-dose multivitamins, thinking more must be better. And again, these were all synthetic state-of-the-art vitamins, but they didn't really get into your cell. It actually did more harm than good, because it took us more energy to excrete them than it did to actually get any of it into our cells. So we should be up here at the top, which is, this is the apex of how good you should feel. These are health benefits, so you obviously want to have the maximum health benefits. Version 1 didn't quite get us there, and version 2 put us on the downward swing. So that either one of these was really not all that helpful. The even sadder thing is that if we just go by what the standard American gets from the average American diet, hardly any of us are even anywhere near 100% of anything that we need. And we are very deficient in vitamin D and vitamin E. And that is super bad, because especially the vitamin D, it helps regulate our thyroids. That's why we have so many people with thyroid problems. It was so bad, as a matter of fact, that President Clinton actually, thank goodness it was denied, but he made a motion to lower the standard temperature so that it was no longer going to be 98.6, it was going to be 97, just because that was more the national average. However, a healthy body is 98.6, and just lowering the number isn't going to help anybody. So many people that have thyroid problems are actually having those thyroid problems because of the lowered vitamins that we're getting from our food. So with version 1, they came out with a standard multivitamin. It helped a little bit, and I like it a lot better actually than version 2, but it brought some things past 100. It did get some things in range though, so it probably helped some people feel better, but it still wasn't really a good enough answer. These mega vitamins, whew, that's really terrible. Getting way too much of something is way worse actually than not getting quite enough. There are all kinds of things that can happen when you get too much. For instance, iron blocks copper. Copper is what gives you your hair color. I learned that firsthand. I was pregnant with my first child, my oldest son. Many of you know him. He's now in his early 30s, and that's about how 30 some years is how long I've had this wonderful gray streak that I got from taking very askew prenatal multivitamins when I was pregnant with him. Had so much iron in them, they blocked copper quite a bit, and I got, you know, a gray streak about as wide as a nickel. And my kids love it. I haven't been so fond of it until recently. Now people are asking me if I've had it professionally done. No, it's just been there forever. But it is because I had too much iron and it blocked copper for a while in my early 20s. So luckily doTERRA does have the answer, and we are actually the only whole food vitamin company in the world that I'm aware of that is not going on the RDA. For one thing, it's going on genetic, what we need genetically as a human being. And we are the only vitamins that are falling, when you take them, falling into this 100% range, which is very thrilling. And they are so sure of what they have created that there is actually a money back guarantee on the vitamins. So the first thing in the vitamins, like we said, is the Microplex VMZ, the food nutrient complex. Supports healthy metabolism and cellular energy, has antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E, 22 essential vitamins and minerals, and supports healthy immune function. The omega is super great for your heart. It helps support your joints. It's made with marine and land-based blends. If you are a vegan or a vegetarian, we do have a vegetarian blend that is just phyto omegas, and it contains astaxanthin. Actually, that comes from a clean source. Usually astaxanthin is gotten from dirty lakes, especially Klamath Lake in Oregon, and it's a lot of times from the filtering, you know, algae. But the thing is, you don't want it to come from a dirty lake, because then the algae will have filtered a bunch of dirt and pollution out of the lake and you'll be eating that. So this is from a clean source, and it actually does really help a lot. And of course, the cool thing is it's doTERRA, so it contains essential oils. The Alpha CRS Plus is the cellular vitality complex. It supports healthy cell function, supports mental clarity, includes botanical extracts that actually help so that you don't get an upset stomach. If you do know of anyone that burps the vitamins, send them, if you can, to a QRNR practitioner to test them for Candida, because generally, if you're burping the vitamins, you have some yeast problems going on, and we can help you fix that too. Another nifty thing about buying the vitamins from doTERRA, if you're doing it on an LRP, when you buy them, you can get some of their most popular and wonderful products, this one being one of my very favorites, Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, which is basically an amazing anti-inflammatory. It includes extracts of ginger. It's got curcumin, resveratrol, and other polyphenols to soothe aches and discomforts. It is patent pending with its boswellia extract, which is the very amazing form of frankincense resin. And it supports muscle and joint comfort. I've had tons and tons of people not have to do pharmaceuticals after taking the vitamins with this amazing complex, which, like I said, you can add to your vitamins for $20. I am a huge fan of taking enzymes as you get older, but unlike most doctors, I don't want you to take them before a meal. I want you to take them after a meal to aid and abet your own enzymes. Enzymes help break down and metabolize nutrients such as protein, sugars, and fats. So our enzyme in doTERRA is called Terrazyme, and it supports healthy digestion of enzyme-deficient processed foods. It promotes gastrointestinal comfort and supports healthy production of metabolic enzymes. So it's super great if you're having some gas or bloating, or you have a little bit, not celiac, but maybe just gluten intolerance or lactose intolerance. It's a wonderful thing to take 2 or 3 after any meal with meat, wheat, or dairy contained. Now, obviously, the cheaper, easier thing is just not to eat wheat or dairy. Some meat, unless you're vegetarian, is required for protein, but you should definitely take some Terrazyme if you're going to eat meat. Nobody wants toxins, but in today's world, we do tend to get them no matter what we're eating. So if you want to help clean up the waste and toxins, the way to do that is with GX Assist. It's the first step in our digestive maintenance program. It supports a healthy digestive system, and it has a blend of essential oils that provide a natural cleanse. I am going to tell you that in my practice and within my group, I do not suggest anyone take this until they have been on the PB Assist, which is our probiotic, prebiotic, for at least 2 months or 60 days. I like you to build up your gut flora before you hit it with GX Assist, especially if you have taken antibiotics and wiped out your good flora. You're going to want to reestablish that first. And also, it's not that much fun to kill toxins, so you kind of want to get into a healthier state. So I don't suggest anybody that just signs up for doTERRA goes out and gets the GX Assist. You can add it on for $20, but I would prefer that you add on you know, the Deep Blue or the Mito 2 Max, which is supports your adrenals, and wait for 60 days to add the GX Assist. If you do have Candida, you're going to want to do it eventually, though, because it will kill it better than a doornail, but don't do it right away, because a lot of times it's really uncomfortable to get healthy that quick. A little slower process you can take that does help a lot is the Zendicrine detoxification complex. It's an herbal that supports healthy cleansing and filtering functions of the liver, kidney, colon, lungs, and skin. It also supports normal self-detoxification of all of the cleansing organs. And I am just going to tell you that you wouldn't really run your car, you know, for 10 years without cleaning the oil filter. I believe that if you did that, your car probably wouldn't even last 10 years, but people just don't seem to think anything at all of, you know, running their body 60, 70, sometimes 80 years and not clean the filtering organs. If you do that, eventually one day you're going to crash and burn. So I'd rather see you do something preventative. You can do, excuse me, the Zendicrine herbal, and you can also do the oil. The Zendicrine detoxification blend oil supports the body's natural ability to rid itself of unwanted substances, supports healthy liver function, and purifies and detoxes the systems. Something else that does that is lemon and citrus oil. The lemon oil is only $10 a bottle. It provides a natural cleanse, antioxidant benefits, and we suggest adding a drop or two to water 3 or 4 times a day and drinking at least 8 glasses of water per day just to stay clean. If you look ahead, there will be more information on the Cleanse and Restore protocol in class number 3, taught by Stephanie Thibodeau, and that is all about weight control. So we look forward to that next week. Probiotics, I mentioned that earlier, that I would want you to do the probiotic. This is actually a pre and probiotic, and it helps support and replenish healthy intestinal flora in the digestive tract. It's especially important, like I said, if you've ever had an antibiotic, which is anti-life and kills everything, not just the bad guys, it kills the good guys too. So this flora helps the body to properly filter bacteria and waste before it enters the body. And it is called PB Assist. It can also be had for $20 if you're buying the vitamins, which is awesome. On LRP, it's just a wonderful program. The PB Assist supports health digestive functions and creates unfavorable environments for unhealthy elements. So therefore, it also helps boost your gastrointestinal tract immunities. And that's something that you want to do to maintain constant health. Healthy cells produce vitality, and everybody wants vitality. It's an energetic style or a healthy capacity for vigorous activity, and you can have it well into your 80s and 90s if you do this right. So one of the coolest things I think that doTERRA has is called the Loyalty Rewards Program, or the LRP program. I really kind of prefer to consider this a wellness box every month. And I look forward to it. I can change it. I can make it as little or as big as I want. I do this for a living. And if you're going to do it for a living, you're going to need to do at least 100 points, which I have no problem getting out of the bathroom. I probably can spend 100 points in the bathroom. Just with my morning products, I won't get out of bed without putting balance oil on the bottom of my feet every morning. I feel fabulous when I do that. I also use bergamot on the bottom of my feet. And just so that you know, bergamot supports adrenals, and it is an oil that is citrus, so it has heavy duty photosensitivity. So do not put bergamot anywhere but on the bottom of your feet. If you're going to do it in the daytime, you can put it on at night, but if you're going to go out anywhere where the sun shines, you don't want it to be anywhere but on the bottom of your feet. But the loyalty rewards program, it's pretty easy to do once you have an idea of the products that you would like to start using. The smartest way to order them is through the LRP. This program rewards you for purchases you make every month. You straight out of the box, if you go onto it after you get your account, in months 1 to 3, you get 10% back, and then 4 to 6, 15%, 7 to 9, 20%, 10 to 12, 25%, and then after a year, 30%. I use that to get free products all the time. I pretty much, the way I work it is I buy all of those supplements that we just went over every single month on my order. They actually have little sachets now. It's called the LLVP, Lifelong Vitality Pack sachets. And I travel a lot, so it puts all those vitamins, the omegas, and the CRS Plus in little packets. I can just grab them and go. It's even great if you're just going to grab them and go to work. But the nice thing is, if I add on the Deep Blue for 20 bucks and the probiotic for 20 bucks and the Terrazyme for 20 bucks, then I get 30% back, because I've been doing doTERRA over a year on LRP. And so every $100 I spend, I get $30 back. My husband and I both do what I just said and buy the vitamins and stuff. So we get all our oils free, basically, because we do about $250 a month. So that's about $75 a month in free products. If you let that ride for a few months, before you know it, you have $300, $500, $600 in there, and you can either go shopping for Christmas, or you can just get a bunch of oils that you want. So it's pretty great program. So that's how you can start to get your oils free every month, is on that LRP program. I love it. You can also, besides getting your oils paid for, you can supplement or replace your income. They have a fast start bonus, which they pay weekly. And they have a Power of 3 team bonus, which is paid monthly. You can, if you help 3 people that get on LRP, and do 150 a month, obviously, because that's 600 in team volume, then you can get $50 for that. If you help each of those 3 people get 3 people, then they all get $50 and you get $250. And in turn, if you help this set of 3 people do that again, they all get $250 and you get $1,500. So that is pretty wonderful. Then Unilevel is paid monthly, and unlike some companies which pay the most on the top level, which is very small, this pays all the way down to level 7. And some people ask, is this a pyramid scheme? No, it most certainly is not, because what is a pyramid scheme? A pyramid scheme is where there is no product and people pay lots of money to get in with the hope of making money on more people getting in later. With doTERRA, some of the people that have gotten in the last 1 or 2 years are making more money than the people that got in at the beginning, because we have so many more tools and so many more great oils now. It's amazing. The opportunity is limitless. And if you decide to join us in our mission to help bring health and wellness to the world, it's a great job, because not only do you help people every single day, but it smells terrific. And the leadership bonuses provide unlimited income potential. In our little group here in Fayetteville, and we're also spread throughout the world now, we have many, many silvers, a handful of golds and platinums, diamonds, and then our upline that does the calls, Nick, is a blue diamond, And above him, we have Justin, who's a presidential diamond. And we're all starting to learn from Elise Sedreby, and she is a triple presidential diamond, but I think she makes more than triple that income because she is really smart in how she has built this business. The business part of this call is about our compensation plan. That pretty much sums it up, but I want you to see how it was thought of. So watch Emily Wright, one of our founders, real quick. This is just a couple of minute video.
We studied a lot of other compensation plans. There was a lot of pressure at that time to do a binary. As we studied binaries, we find that there might be good money in the beginning, but it's not sustainable at all. And it's just not good long-term for our wellness advocates. So as we studied different plans, we wanted it to, one, be sustainable and to truly be able to create residual income for people. We wanted to make sure there was money in the beginning. That's why we have Fast Start. We also wanted to make sure there was money in the middle, which is our Power of Three structure, which also teaches you to be able to build to rank without really thinking about it. As long as you're building your Power of Three structure, you're going to build to the ranks that you want to have. We also wanted to create leadership pools that would incent all of our wellness advocates to share ideas, to work together as one, rather than working in silos and creating a competitive spirit that oftentimes you see in other companies. And we're so excited to see that all of those things have worked so beautifully, that our wellness advocates are truly united in a common cause, and that the compensation plan works. It does everything that we expected it to do. As far as payout, it's exactly as we anticipated it to be. So we haven't had to make any changes, which can be brutal to an organization.
So that is just awesome. And I really, really love Emily and the rest of the founders.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to talk to you today. We're going to learn about the compensation plan and how you can make money with doTERRA, which is one of my very favorite subjects.
Okay, a lot of people are excited. Sorry about that. I am going to get back to this. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyhow, this concludes our class number 2 this evening. If you have any questions, we have a host that will be answering them for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and then this video will be posted for a week, and you'll get a link in Phoenix Oils as to where that will be posted, or you can get a hold of your enroller for more information on that as well. I really enjoyed spending some time with you this evening, and I look forward to having you find more and more products that you can fall in love with, as well as the business and what's behind all that. Thank you and good night.